We are right now shifting our focus to the major development in the Land for Jobs case. Now, RJD supremo Lalu Prasad Yadav, his wife Rabri Devi and 14 other accused have reached the Rouse Avenue court in Delhi. In fact, this comes after the CBI had filed a charge sheet in connection with the alleged Land for Jobs scam, stating irregular appointments. According to the charge sheet, Lalu Prasad Yadav, who was Railways Minister between 2004 to 2009, along with other accused, acquired land at throwaway prices against providing jobs to the landowners and their families in the railways. The charge sheet also mentions that the candidate who were appointed as substitutes were later regularized, and in lieu of this appointments, Lalu Prasad Yadav got the said lands transferred in his name and also in the names of his wife and daughter Meesa Bharti. Meanwhile, Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejaswi Yadav skipped the CBI's questioning in the Land for Jobs scam case a third time yesterday. Now we are told that there's some sort of a relief for Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family, as there has been a bail that has been given to all the 16 accused. Bail has been granted on the 50,000 bond, and this is some relief as the court gives that relief to Lalu Prasad Yadav and 16 other accused in the Land for Jobs scam case.
लालू यादव को बेल मिला है, बाकी अन्य लोगों को भी बेल मिला है। कैसे देखते हैं ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन सही दिशा में जा रही है?
नहीं, यह तो देखिए, यह तो ठीक है। यह तो मैंने पहले भी कहा और अभी भी कह रहा हूं, यह तो संवैधानिक अधिकार भी है, संवैधानिक अधिकार प्राप्त संस्थाएं भी हैं। वह उनको जो अपना उचित लगता है, बेल देने का लगता हो, जेल देने का लगता हो, जो वह करेंगे, उस पर हम लोगों का कोई टीका टिप्पणी नहीं है। लेकिन जो यह गलत तरीके से लोग टीका टिप्पणी करते हैं, उन लोगों से मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि बेल हो गया, ये हो गया तो सीबीआई या ईडी ठीक हो गई और कार्रवाई कर रही तो गलत हो गई, यह नहीं कह सकते हैं। क्योंकि यही लालू यादव जी जब जेल गए थे तो उस समय नरेंद्र मोदी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं थे, उस समय पूज्य अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री नहीं थे, उस समय आप ही के इन्हीं महागठबंधन के लोग प्रधानमंत्री थे, इनको मुख्यमंत्री से त्याग पत्र देकर और जेल जाना पड़ा था। तो यह संवैधानिक अधिकार प्राप्त संस्थाओं के ऊपर कभी टीका टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहिए, यह गलत मानसिकता का परिचायक है।
Let me take this across to my colleague Ananya, who is joining us on the broadcast. Ananya, some relief there for Lalu Prasad Yadav and his family.
Well, definitely a big relief for Lalu Yadav and family. Bail has been granted. The CBI did not, in fact, oppose this particular bail application, because remember that particularly investigation in this matter is currently underway, and you've seen how Tejaswi is also being raided in this particular matter. But at the same point of time, the Central Bureau of Investigation today came up before the court, and when the court asked that whether they have any objections to bail being granted to Lalu Yadav, Meesa Bharti and others in this case particularly, they denied, they said that they have no objections to it, and then the court actually granted them bail on a bail bond of rupees 50,000. Now remember that the charge sheet that we had managed to access at CNN News 18 first went on to say volumes about how Lalu Prasad Yadav had acquired land in the names of Meesa Bharti and Rabri Devi, in fact at throwaway prices, and in lieu of that land being taken, the Central Railway, the jobs were given out to these sellers and their family members in the railways, and in fact these appointments were made illegally, is what the Central Bureau of Investigations charges. In fact, it's also been stated that forged documents were actually used by these people to in fact get these particular jobs. So definitely this charge and the arguments on charge would soon begin in this particular case, where the CBI would make good its case that that Lalu Prasad Yadav and others actually were in a criminal conspiracy in order to get these particular pieces of land in exchange of being of the sellers being appointed at the railways as a job.
Okay.
Griya.
Right, Ananya, till when do they have this interim relief by the court?
Well, this is a bail that would continue, Griha, in fact, in this particular case, because this is a regular bail that the court has now granted them.
Okay.
And this would continue until and unless the investigation agency actually wants them to actually, quiz Lalu Prasad Yadav or any others in this particular case.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Ananya. Saurav is also joining us live on the broadcast. Saurav, some respite there for the RJD chief and his family, and also the 16 others who've been accused in this particular case. Any sort of reaction that is coming in from the Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Tejaswi Yadav, who, by the way, did not appear before the court today?
Well, Tejaswi was not named in the charge sheet and he was not summoned. That's why he did not
Okay.
appear. He's presently inside the assembly. He's attending the session over there, so no words have come yet. But the political leaders from BJP and RJD, they all are, the BJP is saying that now when the court has granted bail, then ED and CBI is okay for RJD. But when the action is being taken by the central agencies, then it becomes a vendetta politics. So a kind of pun that is being used by BJP here after the bail was granted. Although the RJD leaders are happy and they are saying that today the justice was given, he is unhealthy right now, and in fact he should not have been summoned at this stage because he has just recovered from his kidney treatment. And so the RJD leaders are still on that stand that there is a vendetta politics and center is misusing the central agencies, but BJP is saying that law is taking its own course and they are
And sort of
reaping
this
what
point
they have
that you're
sown
making
earlier.
very quickly,
So,
before I go
the
into a break,
political-
I would like to understand from you that this is going to further embolden the opposition and continue with their charge of misuse of central agencies, considering RJD supremo along with his family and 16 others have in fact been granted bail. We have seen how in a series of questionings, whether it is by the ED or by the CBI, there were too many opposition leaders in queue that were being investigated upon. So this will further embolden the opposition. Don't you think this is going to get in more protests by the opposition, considering now they have sort of got that relief and this will have some sort of respite at least on their side?
Yes, it's obvious that they have got respite because Lalu Prasad is a big figure, especially in Bihar, and RJD is the biggest party right now here, and it's in the government, and many supporters are waiting for Lalu Yadav to return because 2025 elections are coming, 2024 elections are coming, and they all want Lalu Yadav to be with them. But the BJP, they have been criticizing and they have been pointing fingers to the corruption that has been taken place in 2004 to 2009 when he was the rail minister. So BJP is not going to leave it like that, but RJD, they are at ease now because their leaders, both Rabri Devi and Lalu Prasad, in fact Misa Bharti, they all have been granted bail. So it's a respite for the party, and it will embolden their confidence, and in coming days it's more important because Tejaswi Yadav's name might appear in the charge sheet, which can be filed as a supplement in near future, because in the ED press release it has mentioned that Tejaswi had acquired some amount from the proceeds of crime, as well as he is owning a house in Delhi which was bought by Lalu and his associates at that point of time in merely 4 lakh, which is now worth 150 crore.
Absolutely.
So ED has named Tejaswi Yadav as a beneficiary of the proceeds of crime. So it's not good news for Tejaswi in coming future. But today the RJD supporters and RJD leaders are in huge respect.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Saurav. And on that note, we are slipping into a very short break.